Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Up the U's, the channel dedicated to my love and hopefully your love, all things Colchester United. Before we get into the video, please head over to our social media pages at Up the U's Official, and don't forget to like and subscribe. The U's welcome Harrogate Town to Essex for what U's fans were hoping was going to be a turning point in the season. After a humiliating defeat to Forest Green Rovers last week, there were 4 changes to the side, with Goodman, Greenidge, Cooper and Tavide coming in, although Tavide didn't start and was replaced with Bradley Ihoven. There was a minute's silence before the game to remember those that lost their lives in Israel and Palestine. I'm so glad that Che Cooper got the start that he deserved and early on looked like he was going to open the scoring for Colchester, but Oxley was there to make a great save, and even on the rebound, Cooper does very well, gets his shot into the ground and Oxley makes another great save. One thing that was very clear for Harrogate is they were very happy to take their time and only really attack when they had a feeling that they were going to get a good opportunity on goal. That was their first opportunity that they had in the first half, and it didn't even test Goodman. Colchester have another good chance here in the second half when Noah Chilvers clips the ball to Ihoven, who rises well, but again Oxley is there to make the save. I was sitting behind the goal and that was going in the top corner. Now I have to admit, before this goal went in, I actually did say that I felt Che Cooper was playing with a little bit of nerves, but he put all them nerves aside to take his shot off and pull it into the top corner to make it 1-0 to the U's. The other thing that I did say is I felt that this game needed either a moment of brilliance or a complete and utter mess up for there to be a goal, but once the goal came, then the game would open up. Little did I know that less than 3 minutes later would Harrogate get the equaliser. Their substitute that gave the ball away for their goal makes it up by putting the ball on the plate for Matt Daly, whose shot goes under Goodman to make it 1-1. So we're now back at 1-1, so we've got to find that goal again, and Will Greenidge does very well to find Jaden February, who turns both of his men to get the shot off, but Harrogate block the shot. That is one thing that we were plain to see during the second half, is that Harrogate were willing to just throw themselves in front of the ball to protect Mark Oxley's goal. Now there's going to be some Col fans that don't like what I'm about to say, but I actually want to give Tom Hopper some credit here. He does well to hold the ball up and plays in Cam McGeehan, whose shot hits the top of the crossbar. Just a little bit less power on that, and that had gone into the top corner, and that would have made it 2-1. But Harrogate come back fighting when again the substitute gets the ball out wide, takes his man on, comes inside, goes to take a shot, but thinks he'll lay it off. It falls back to him, and with every single Col player back apart from Joe Taylor, he's able to just whip it into the top left corner. A goal worthy to win the game. There was a couple of efforts late on from Joe Taylor and Cam McGeehan to try and claw something back, but it wasn't meant to be, and Colchester lose 2-1 to Harrogate, meaning that's 4 games on the bounce without a win, and as we've later found out, that would be the end of Ben Garner's time as head coach of Colchester United. In his interview after the game on BBC Essex, Ben Garner actually said he felt like we were the better side, and if I'm honest, I have to agree with him. And when you look at the stats, you can't say otherwise. More possession, more shots on target, more corners. It was obvious that we were the attacking side, and Harrogate had their plan of just sitting back and relaxing and taking their chances when they came. But at the end of the day, the only stat that matters is that one at the top that says 2-1. I think genuinely, if it was another day, McGeehan, Cooper and Ihoven all would have scored and we'd be in a completely different position here and we'd be talking about a 4-2 win. But unfortunately, that's football. It's the game that we all love, but it's also the game that we all hate sometimes. Man of the match on the day was given to Che Cooper, but for me, my man of the match goes to Cam McGeehan. Cam played all 90 minutes, and from minute 1 to minute 90, you could see every time he got the ball, he just wanted to create something. He got the assist for Cooper's goal, he had 89% pass accuracy with 93 touches, and recovered the ball 9 times, and obviously hit the crossbar as well. Cam McGeehan, since he's come in, has been brilliant. Him and Arthur Reed together have been very, very strong together. Obviously, we've missed Arthur Reed for the past 3 games, but even with Noah Chilvers today, and I have to say, credit to Noah Chilvers. I thought he did have a very good game. You can see when McGinn is alongside someone, he gets the best out of them. So for me, man of the match goes to Cam McGinn. Now this is the part that we don't want to look at, but we're used to seeing ourselves in this position. We are now in that relegation zone. However, our next game is against Grimsby Town, who are just a few places above us. And if we was to beat them 1-0 and results go our way, we could actually move out of the relegation zones to 21st. And then maybe a few more wins under our belt and we can start climbing that table again. I do just want to say though, it is only October. There are still over 30 odd games to go till the end of the season. I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. Remember, Bolton were bottom at Christmas and got promoted. Never say die. One thing that we will always do, no matter what, is support Colchester United through thick and through thin. And I believe with this squad that we've got, when they are back fully fit and everyone is match fit and whoever is next in charge has that head scratch moment of who do I play, that is when Colchester will start to climb the table. I don't think we're going to get relegated this year. I still believe we are going to finish in the top half of the league. At the moment, it's not looking that way, but all I will say is just believe. Believe in Colchester and whoever comes in, believe in them. Now, before we go, I do just want to talk about Ben Garner. For me, I've really enjoyed Ben Garner as a manager. Yes, the past 4 games, it wasn't working. Whether it was the players not wanting to play for him, they've had a falling out with him, or whatever the situation was, you have to say when Ben came in at the start of this season, last season he steadied the ship, kept us out of the relegation zone. This season was able to bring in the players that he wanted and that he knew in Egbo, Mitchell and Ian Darlow, and also bring in some very talented and very exciting young players in Taylor and Goodman and Lawrence on loan. But unfortunately, silly suspensions and injuries have hindered him. When you take a look at Ben's stats whilst he was in charge at Colchester, they don't scream something that was actually terrible. There's a 4-goal swing in terms of what we've scored and what we've conceded. And obviously we've won 7 and lost 13. That's not a massive difference. But at the end of the day, football is a results business. And 4 games on the bounce with no win and only scoring 1 goal from 18 attempts and conceding 13 or 14 goals, unfortunately, that is not something that will keep you in a job. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week when we talk about the trip to Grimsby and to Accrington Stanley, and maybe also covering who the new head coach is for Colchester United. Also, please do keep an eye out on our Twitter, as there is a chance coming up for some of you to feature on the channel. Make sure you head over to our social medias at UpTheUsOfficial, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And more so than ever, remember, up the use.